Hey everyone, the Flying Lucha here, and boy am I exhausted. Not only did I just literally film this and had to delete all the footage, as I'm recording this from an app called Video Cam on iPhone, as I don't always use my main phone, because it's very frustrating, and you can hear a plane going over, which is very loud, and this is just a taste so you can hear it. Every time a plane goes over, I'm going to have to pause the video. And then just resume. You can hear how loud it is. They've been going over every 5 seconds. My God. But I'm going to hold the camera like this. There you go, because I'm exhausted. But I filmed like 30 minutes of footage, only to find out there was no audio at all. So I deleted the app, reinstalled it, and yeah. I have to film this all over again the way I did it before, but yeah. Okay. It's also the hottest day of the year as well. Temperature's up to about 38 degrees. It's like, Jesus Christ. I'm sweating, but I'll do my best to refilm this video. Yeah. Here we go. Hey everyone, the Flying Lucha here, and today we're going to be unboxing A Silent Voice. Now this is the 2017 release by All the Anime. I believe re-released this before America, which isn't very common, as they usually always release stuff before we do. And yeah, they didn't release their release until 2019. Nearly 2 years after we released ours. I think it was like a year and a half, but we released this along with a standard Blu-ray and a DVD, and this was 2017. Also, the first time ever, I believe, an English dub was released for A Silent Voice. I believe when it came out in cinemas, it was only in Japanese. So this is the first release ever to feature an English dub, so I've been told. I mean, it's not going to be released in America first, so the UK and other English-speaking countries, the only other country that could have released it with an English dub. So, yeah. All the Anime really pushed for us to release this first. And, it shows. So, this is the collector's edition release that comes with a book. And in 2019, the Americans released standard Blu-rays and DVDs, like a Blu-ray and DVD combo. And they also released a limited edition, which had a different front cover, which we then re-released in 2020 with the same cover as them. So we have 2 releases, and the Americans have, I'm not sure, I've only ever seen one limited edition release that they've ever released. So I'm not entirely sure, but I think the DVDs and the Blu-ray and DVD combos they released only had like music videos and trailers and stuff. I don't think it actually came with the interviews as this version did. I know their limited edition version basically copied everything we have on our discs. So they have probably different menus and stuff, but they have the same extras as what we have. But they also released a steelbook as well, and I'm not entirely sure. I've actually commented on a bunch of different YouTube channels that have unboxed a steelbook, and not one of them got back to me. I commented on like 4 different channels. Not one of them got back to me. Even the back of their bonus features doesn't even mention interviews included. But in the back of this, I am laying down. I usually do my unboxings from a height up like that, but I'm exhausted. I just filmed this now for a second time, so forgive me. It's really hot in this room as well. But as you can see at the back, it shows like music video. It doesn't mention any interviews, which is stupid. It says music video, TV spots, international trailer, and a book, bonus articles from John Clemens, blah, blah, blah. That's in the book. Doesn't mention interviews, which are in fact included, so God knows why they have failed to do that. But I think the steelbook also, in the back of their bonus features, also says like the same thing. But they don't mention interviews, which Should do. But I believe the only ones that ever did is this release and the limited edition release by all the by America. Nozumi, I think it was called, that released it, with 11 arts, I think, as well. But at the end of this video, I'll do like a little comparison video. But yeah, now I'm going to do like a little review of the film. I basically finished it yesterday, but then I finished like the last 5 minutes about 2 hours ago. As I had to go out, and I didn't get to watch those last 8 minutes. But yeah, now we're going to go into the review of what I actually thought of this film. So I rated this a 7 out of 10 on my anime list. Just a lot of reasons. The character on the left here, I liked her. I thought she was really nice, very shy character, but yeah, she was quite a shy character. That's about as much as I could say about her, but I had no grudges against her. This character here was a bitch. I hated her so fucking much. I hated her from the beginning to end. She never changed her character throughout the whole film. Another reason why I can't rate this film any higher than a 7 is because she's in it. I hated her with a passion. Like, she was just a bitch, like, throughout the whole film. Like, she would hang around these guys sometimes just to be a bitch. She would literally make life a living hell for the deaf girl, Matomi, plane gun over, hold on. Okay, her name's Shoko. She constantly bullies Shoko for the whole film, makes her feel like shit, makes her actually at one point try and commit suicide. There's a lot of suicide reference in this film, so anyone that is a child, I wouldn't really recommend watching this. As contains scenes of emotional upset, occasional bloody images. Really? Bloody images? Really? If you can even say that? Yeah, the bit when they yanks her earring out. Yeah, really? Okay. If you can't handle that, I mean, come on. But no, it doesn't mention suicide references. There's a lot in this. Bullying doesn't mention. Suicide references also does not mention. But this film came out in 2016. It wasn't released until 2018 on Netflix. Around that time, I think around 2020, I went to my friend's house, rest in peace. His name was Abid. He was in my Hampton Court videos. To remember him, commemorate his life, those videos will remain up. But I think he featured in maybe 1 or 2 of those videos. I'm not sure, maybe just 1. But he wanted to watch it with me on Netflix, and we watched about 15 minutes or so, and we couldn't get past the beginning of that film. The beginning of this film is very depressing. There's a lot of bullying in it. Another plane, my god, give me a sec. Another reason why it's so stressful to refilm this is the amount of planes that are going over. But yeah, in 2020, I believe, around about that time, I watched like 15 minutes of it. Like, the bullying unsettled me, really made me feel uncomfortable. The fact she's so innocent, and they're yanking her headphones out, and he screams in her ears because she's gone in with like some fucking rolled up bit of paper. Look, don't get me wrong, he redeems himself, right? He grows up. But then he's sort of like traumatized at how the fact that everyone turned on him for bullying her, and it really affects his life. But he was a kid at the time, you know. But it was very savage the way he bullied her. Because, I don't know, kids need to be educated on deaf students and sign language and everything. They do try and teach a bit of sign language, only for like fucking 2 minutes of the film. But overall, yeah. I mean, it was very sad how they treated her at the beginning. She was just a bitch throughout the whole film. I hate her so much. If she was in the film, I wasn't in the film, I'd probably give an 8. She was just absolutely unbearable, and I hate her. Even the ending, when she calls her a moron, which is the funniest part of the film, Shoko actually laughs at her, and she does something like this, and she goes, moron, and then I think Shoko, another plane, I think Shoko also copies her, but she does it like the correct way, and then the girl herself looks like a moron for getting it wrong, and then she just does what any like bully or annoying character does and just walks off because she knows she's defeated. And yeah, the whole time she just looked like she is here. She just lingers like a flipping lost dog and just follows them all the time when she isn't even needed. She's just a downer. Another plane. But yeah, every scene she was on camera was just so depressing. even years later when he grows up, he still manages to, like, find her. But yeah, very irritating, and you'll hate her. The little girl next to her, who you think's a boy, but it's actually a girl. I could tell it was a girl, even the voice actor was a girl. But she hates him to begin with. And then again, I'm completely on board with her. I mean, the way he treated her as a kid, she didn't really forgive him for it until, you know, he starts to grow close with her, and then she becomes close with him, and she's overall a good written character. I like her. And then you got him, who's basically a loner. I don't think he ever talks to anyone else in his film apart from him. Without him, he's nobody. But and then the girl next to him, I hate her as well. She always acts so innocent, even though she laughed along with everyone else when he was bullying her. They all started laughing, like, at her when she was getting bullied until it got too far, and they could just tell. And then they all turned on him. But this girl here was laughing and joking, and then, yeah, she was also, oh, are you alright, Shoko? Also laughing at her at the same time, and it's just, I don't like her. Don't like her character either. Him, we could just forget about entirely. He has barely any screen time, and he has the most fucking retarded, line in his film where he goes, oh, is the reason she's bullied because she's deaf? And I'm like, no fucking shit. Like, you were in this film just to literally spell it out to the audience who are kids. You know, my God. And then he just pops up every now and then. He's just a very stupid character. I don't like his character one bit. And then, yeah, that sums up the cast, really. These two, she thinks it's all her fault. It's not. You know, it is kind of hard to communicate with people. Even though he does learn sign language, she always thinks it's her fault. She always tries to commit suicide. He tries to commit suicide. It's just very dark. I was surprised this film, like, suicide references could put up to 15. Even the injury detail isn't even that bad. Another plane's coming over. But I gave it a 7, and that's being generous as well. The soundtrack was great. The artwork by Kyoto Animation is always beautiful. Especially, I love water in anime. Anything rain or water related. Like The Garden of Words, one of the most boring films yet one of the most beautifully animated films ever. Is just, I love water. Make more water films, please. But even Weathering with You I thought was good as well. But Your Name I thought was overrated. Abid again, rest in soul. He didn't rate Your Name either. But he was a My Academia fan, and he couldn't actually get round to watching the rest of that. So, really sad. But, yeah, it's just a lot of things about this film really don't do it for me. But I'll say enough about me reviewing the film. Let's get down to unboxing it, shall we? I have to sit up to film this. I can't just lay down like I was a minute ago. But, yeah, the mangaka for this lady actually created To Your Eternity as well. These are the only two things she's known for. That's the only thing she's really done, really. But she created To Your Eternity, and that. I think the film could have been a lot better if it was just these two characters. Like 5 centimeters per second was just two characters throughout the whole film. Garden of Words is just two characters. I feel this film could have been better if you didn't have all these characters with them, but that's me. Here's the front. Here's the back. Beautiful artwork, same as what's on the steelbook of the American release. Here's the bottom, the top, this side. I don't do that in a lot of my videos. A lot of people have asked me to, but yeah. Here's the digipack, which will open up like that. Inside the digipack, really nice artwork. It comes with one Blu-ray and one DVD. And then you get the book, which the American version has along with art cards, but we have art cards in a different release. We'll get around to that at the end. I think our version, I have seen videos, it looks like our version has more pages, probably. But that's only due to the fact that we have, like, I think, like, an interview from another plane going over. Give me a second. But like I was saying, lovely, like, information. Silent voice, what does that say? Andrew Osmond. I don't know. I think I might be a guy from all the anime. Who knows? But I think we may have more pages. It may not. I may be entirely wrong. But some sketches. I'm never a fan of sketches. I think one of the books of Perfect Blue had a whole page like dedicated to pages of just this, like a book just dedicated to sketches, which I wasn't a fan of. Another plane. Yeah, Perfect Blue had 2 books, I believe. One was like really good, and the other one was just a bunch of sketches, which yeah. But nice pages of art there. Only a little bit of information about the characters, but I'd say I'd give this a 7.5. If it's hardback like the American version, probably a bit more. But yeah, we got the booklet. Did you pack the see-through thing? I have like a Psycho Pass one that has sort of something like that. And the box. So this is the part of the video where we pretty much say goodbye because it's done now. You know, I've unboxed it, I've reviewed it. But if you want to stick around for the rest of the video is just me talking about comparisons for like other releases. So, yeah, I'm going to get around to that now. And if you want to stick around and watch the rest of the video, I'm going to compare. And also talk about unboxes coming up soon on this channel. So, yep, feel free to log off now or continue with the video. So here is all the anime's vlog that I think they made in like 2017. Here it shows the collector's edition, the standard Blu-ray, and the DVD. So they also had another version which unfortunately I was unable to get. It's the same as what I just unboxed, except this, very much like the Revolutionary Girl Utena, for people that like pre-ordered directly from the All Anime website, would get like extras and like a bundle. I believe they got like a book, Revolutionary Girl. I only got like the chipboard box, the collected editions, and I never got like the little rings and the books and shit that came with the bundle. But if you bought the All Anime exclusive bundle, it came with 2 like posters. So I think this was like small posters. The 2020 version had this, which I'll talk about the 2020 version later. But if you bought the bundle, it says at the bottom here, the bundle is simply our collector's edition version along with 2 posters. Posters will be shipped separately in November 2017. The release product of itself is 30th of October. So the version I got was released in 30th of October. And then if you wanted the posters, that was more like November 2017. But no, I think you could pre-order them both at the same time, but you wouldn't get the posters until November 2017. Due to production time. But yeah, unfortunately, when I bought this on eBay, the person only just either bought it from someone else or was someone bought it at 2017 and just didn't buy the bundle and just bought the original without the bundle. So sadly, I do not have these 2. That's what happens when you don't collect anime in 2017. So yeah. So it does say the UK released this before the United States to film at a nationwide cinema in the UK in March of 2017. And then the US theatrical release did not occur till October, which is always strange. They usually get it before us, which the UK have now lacked years ahead of time compared to America. It says the early availability extended to home releases as well. The UK fans were able to purchase the film digitally in May and on home media DVD and Blu-ray on 30th of October. And then, of course, in November is when the little posters for the extras were released. And the America didn't get it until 2019. It's crazy, isn't it? This is the American release. It has the same book as ours. I think we may have more pages. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But their version is a hardback book. This front cover is came out in 2019, of course. And then in 2020, we re-released our release with this artwork. This one, I believe, has 8 art cards, whereas our 2020 release only had like 5. But this has the same like extras as what we got for our Blu-ray. I think this is the only one in America that ever had all the extras included, like ours. I think all the other releases didn't. I'm not sure. Correct me on that if you have any other American release with like the interviews and stuff. But they had a hardback book and they had art cards. And I think those on that artwork there, I think it pops out. It's like 3D. It's you can actually feel the artwork. It's strange, but yeah. And we'll get on to the 2020 release by All the Anime. So this is an article, I believe, from 2020. This was the other release. See, it copies the artwork from the American version. This poster here was one of the 2 posters you got for pre-ordering the collector's edition, this one. Like I said, it comes with 2 bonus posters which were shipped in November. But this release, for those people that missed out, actually managed to get this, this poster here. But the other poster, which was basically that, the reason it's probably not included, because you already have it on the front cover of this was not included in this release. So imagine this is the American release for a second. So, same front cover, so same Blu-ray, same discs. Have 5 art cards where they have 8, but no booklet. So instead they went for the poster, which they had already released back in 2017 with the original collector's edition, but as a bonus. So, yeah, they basically just tried to copy the American version. I don't know why, but without the book. Now, the American Steelbook had the front cover, which is, like I said, the same as ours. I don't know what the back looks like. It just shows the same image twice. But this is the back, but with the information. I don't know what it looks like underneath the information. But as it says there, it doesn't mention the trailers, the interviews at all. So if you happen to have this Steelbook, please tell me if it includes the interviews. I know the limited edition version, which I just showed you from America, does. As far as I know, this doesn't. Nor does any of the Blu-ray releases before the limited edition release in America include them either. But at the time of this recording, you can buy it for £24.13, which I think is pretty cool. But I won't be getting it due to the fact that the extras probably are stripped. Apart from, the music videos and the trailers and so on. And so we come to the end of this video, like mentioning Silent Voice entirely. And for the last minute or 2, I'm going to talk about future unboxing. So if you're just here for Silent Voice, this is the end of the video. Bye-bye. So future releases coming up. I've only got one at the top of my head, and that will be the Yu Yu Hakusho 30th anniversary unboxing. That box set came out years ago, but I have saw it on CX's website. I got £6 voucher because I sold my part 2 of Guilty Crown to CX. I couldn't sell part 1 because it's an Australian release. And I sold both my Parasite, the Maxim Deluxe editions, which I ended up getting about £17 voucher for. Sorry, another plane went over. So I sold the Parasite, the Maxims. Originally, when I unboxed it on camera all those years back, I took the wipe with me because I was cleaning my Switch with the wipe, and it blew away in the wind because I was outside at the time, and it was raining. So as it rained, I tried to wipe my screen, and the wind blew the wipe away, and I never found it again. So I saw someone selling both of them on Vinted. I would have just preferred part 1, but I saw someone selling it on Vinted. I bought them for less than 30 quid, and then I took the wipe from that release and then put it in the same release I had. And so now I've all, both parts with all the contents included like I originally did. And then I just sold the ones I got from Vinted to CX. Like I said, got 17 voucher. They're very harsh CXs. They have part 2 limited edition of that deluxe Parasite Maxim listed on their website, but part 1 they don't. So if you used to sell them part 1, they only accept it as the DVD of part 1. So you're getting less for it, which is ridiculous. Which is very annoying. No, I think they they take it in as Part 1 Blu-ray. And then for some reason, Part 1 DVD is more expensive because it is so thick the way they've done it on their website. So I only got like £17 voucher. I do have both Parasite and Maximum Deluxe in case I confused you. But yeah, so I got 17 voucher for the ones I sold from Vinted and bought from Vinted. And in total, from both of those, even the Guilty Crown Part 2, I got £23 voucher. £47.95, so it was £45 on CEX for You Hacker Show, £2.95p postage, so yeah, like I said, £47.95, and then you minus £23 from that, and then yeah, was it £47.95 minus £23, and I paid literally. I paid £24.95, so I spent less than 25 quid on the 30th anniversary box set, which as a little tiny bump, not something that bad, but to have it for £24.95, was it £24.95 I paid for it? £24.95, yeah. To get the box set for £24.95 when it's going for like £90 to £100 now, it's an absolute steal. But I won't be unboxing it on camera just yet, because there is a DVD I'm still yet to buy. So you got the film, and then you have the film, you have the series, and with the series it has this OVA, something called, what comes with it? It says, I can't read it from here, hold on. So included with the You Hacker Show 30th edition box set, it has All or Nothing OVA and 2 shots or something, which is cool. I think they weren't previously released in any other edition. And then you have the Poltergeist Report, which is an hour and 30-minute film. And then I have that. I have it literally behind me now. But I will not be unboxing You Hack Show at all until I get my hands on this, which has the movie, which I believe is only like 30 minutes long. I believe it comes with the series, so the original series, which is like over 100 episodes. And then after that, I think you watch the 30-minute movie, or maybe it's some way, between the series. But there's like a 30-minute movie, and then there's this Izo Hakuso, which I think is the alternate ending to the... I think it copies the ending of the manga, if I'm not mistaken. But the anime ending is different to the manga ending because of how the creator just couldn't be asked to even make a good ending. He even said himself, I just gave up due to illness and the stress of it all. So yeah, I do believe, though, is you got the series was released first, and then after that, I think the movie was released after that. Series, I think, is like 92, the movie is like 93, and then Aizo Hakusho, I think, was around that time. And then after that, I believe, was the film Poltergeist Report, which is like an hour and 30 minutes. I call this as more of a special in the film. It's only 30 minutes long. But and then the 2 shots and All for Nothing, I believe, were like 2011 or 2018 or something like that, which came out a lot later. But yeah, once I buy this, which only cost about £19 on Amazon. There you go, £19.70. Once I buy this, I'll unbox the series, the movie, the specials, and obviously this, all in one video for you. So it doesn't make sense unboxing them separately like I've done in like years ago videos. But yeah, that is the end of this entire video, and I hope to see you all in the You Hack Show video, or any other video that comes out in the future. I'm always like randomly finding stuff, but yeah. See you all then. Finally, I've refilmed this again, and I can take a rest now. The Flying Alicia. Bye bye.